Welcome into East River Soccer Complex for another AAC men's soccer matchup. The Bluefield College Rams square off with the Bryan College Lions here on the Rams Digital Sports Network. Hello, everybody. Bailey Engel and Cynthia Brown. We're glad to have you here on the Rams Digital Sports Network as Bluefield hasn't been the best month of September for them, Cynthia. Still looking for their first goal since the beginning of the month. They've lost 3 in a row, but Justin Morton has a very talented side to deal with.
They do have the privilege of watching their game online against Union. It was a great matchup. They believe they lost 1-0 against Union, but they had a lot of chances on goal. Hopefully they can find the back of the net this game.
Now they're coming off of a loss after that as well against Reinhardt, going down 3-0. Rams so far 3 losses in a row. They lost to West Virginia Tech on the road in Beckley, West Virginia. Then Union College beating them 1-0, and then a 3-0 loss to Reinhardt. But the Rams right now 1-2 in the conference, coming with a win earlier in the month against Truett McConnell. That is the last time they scored a goal. And now Bluefield ready to get underway with Bryan College.
Bryan's going to be a great matchup for them. They have very similar styles of playing.
In the box and already a ton of speed. It's a muddy pitch here at East River with the rain coming down for periods of the day. Bryan College in the black, Bluefield in the blue. If you're watching the women's matchup, this is the exact same kit they have on. Now, chance with a right foot, and Sven Kleinhans goes to the left and keeps his hands on the ball. Well, Sven Kleinhans, he's one of the better goalkeepers in the entire conference, Cynthia.
Sven's a great goalie. It's going to take a lot more than that shot to get past in this game.
Was the goalkeeper all of last season. Also has to try to find his forwards. Abel Bagale, one of them. Kevin Stoffel, a guy coming from Austria, his last season playing here in the 2 Virginias, trying to make a mark in his final year. Now a throw in. Bryan coming from Dayton, Tennessee. In the box, no flag coming up, and there it is. It'll be a goal kick for Sven Kleinhans.
Bryan likes to play a fast-paced game, 1-2 touches on the ball. They like to get in very quickly, get shots on goal.
Well, they've already had a couple of chances. 43-10 left to go in the first half. Rams looking for their first win since September 8th at Truett McConnell down in Georgia. Now in midfield, Lions have it back. If you're wondering why we started later, the women's match was pushed back. The referees weren't here for about 50 minutes after the scheduled kickoff time, so this one was supposed to be at 5 p.m., but now we're just getting underway right around 6, so an hour late. A throw in for Bluefield. The middle of the pitch. Bryan looking for Jonathan Ricketts. Long chance on the far side. Header. Ricketts bouncing around the Bluefield defense. Now a right footer over the post.
Bryan seems to be winning all the balls in the air for this game so far. Bluefield's going to have to step it up to win second balls.
Brad Spooner able to put a foot on it. So Kleinhans able to kick it away. Still 0-0. Here comes Charlie Clark. Matched up on the outer edge for Gabriel Blackman. Another throw in for Bluefield. Clock at 41-13. Justin Morton, the first-year head coach for Bluefield. That's a very big role for him to step into. Last season, Chase Neidig, who was the director of soccer here at Bluefield College, well, he went out on another venture out in California, not in coaching anymore. But now Justin Morton trying to keep this Bluefield College program moving. And he has a few pieces to do so. It'll be a free kick for Bryan.
This isn't a very dangerous zone. It seems like Bryan's offsetting how they're playing right now.
On the ground, Lions with a chance on the right side of the net. Spinning around, that was Aaron Attrey. So Klein Hans has been busy. And now a free kick coming up. The corner will be taken by Brad Spooner. He already has a shot on goal. Lions break towards the net. Spooner off the head of Bluefield. Alex Johansson putting his dome on it. Cross midfield. Out of bounds. Still looking for the first score. 39.5 minutes left to go in the first half. Goes off of Johansson again. Be another throw in for Bryan. Johansson just getting in the way early on. Very muddy pitch.
Seems like after this girls' game, the pitch became very, very poor. We saw the girls slipping earlier. Now the guys are slipping just as much.
Well, right as the women's game ended, the rain started coming down, and then these teams had to get out and warm up, and now it's just all kinds of mud. A long chance. Rams trying to chase it down. Joe Stacy on the effort. It'll be a throw in for Bluefield. First big chance coming up for the Rams.
That's great pressure by Joe Stacy. This is an unfamiliar position by him. He usually plays outside back, but great pressure by him. Great ball by Abel.
Elijah Smith ready to throw it in for Bluefield. Off the right foot, in the box, and Bryan skies the ball up. Another throw in for the Rams, inching closer in the attacking third. Elijah Smith stepping up on the near end. Looking for Johansson. Joe Stacy with the header. Bluefield still pushing the gas pedal, trying to move in towards net. Elijah Smith to continue throwing it in. Rams just 1-4. Big kick in the air. That's Stoffel trying to fight for it. Bagale, left footer. Picked away by Bryan. Duarte Ferreira, young man from Portugal.
Great move by Bryan on the outside.
Cross in the box and so close. Joe Stacy was parked on the other end. And now it will be a corner for the Rams. Stacy appears to be taking it for the Rams. Senior from England. With the left foot. Almost off the head, but goes into the parking lot. And it will stay with the Rams. Well, it appears to be the Rams are setting up. Joe Stacy has yet to leave the corner. They'll get a new ball. Clock down to 36 minutes and 27 seconds. Joe Stacy with another chance for Bluefield. Second corner in a row. Almost off the head of Bagale. And it goes for a goal kick. That was a beautifully placed ball by Joe Stacy, and the Rams just missed the mark. O'Brien escapes without giving up anything. Now a goal kick. Here come the Lions. Sliding effort. Spooner. In the air again. Attree tracks it down for the Lions. Not a chance over the post. So far, within the first 10 minutes of this match, Cynthia, it seems like both of these teams a bit even.
Bit even, seemed very jumpy to me on the offensive portion of the game. Their final third passes don't seem to be connecting with the forwards' feet. Bluefield playing a 4-3-3 seems like they want to really compact that midfield, but they're playing on the outside a little bit more. Maybe it's a strategy of Justin's, but we'll see how it goes.
Bryan just 3-3-2. They are 1-1-1 in the conference. Alex Horton in the net for Bryan. Throw in for Bluefield. Back towards Ferreira. Over the head of Bagale. It'll be a throw in for Bryan. 34 minutes left. Back on defense. Looking for Norton. Or Horton, rather. Stacy. And a fight for the ball as Mudd flips up at midfield. I think there's going to be a high school match right after this on this exact pitch. It'll be absolutely torn up. Another throw in for the Rams.
Seems to me neither teams can get full possession of the ball and keep the ball knocking around. Seems like a lot of kickball right now. Let's see if they can settle in.
Well, both defenses have been relatively strong. The Rams' best chances were those two goal or corner kicks from Joe Stacy, just nearly missing the forehead of Abel Bagale. Rams in the blue trying to throw it in. Johansson tied up for it. Rams very physical on the defensive end, and Bluefield gets the ball back. Loose ball in the middle. Ricketts in towards the net and lost the ball. Ferreira just punched it wide, and that was very dangerously close to being the first goal. So instead, Sven Kleinhans will boot it away with 32 minutes flat left to go in the first half. Well, Kleinhans coming into this match averaging right around 6.75 saves per game. 27 total saves on the year. Already for Bluefield, he has one. El Bagale leading the team in goals with 2. Once again, the Rams have not scored a goal since September 8th in a 4-3 win over Truett McConnell. Here's Stacy. Stoffel. Sprinting towards the net. Halts. Left footer. Up in the air. It'll be a throw in for Bluefield. I think right there he just saw he was having no support in the box and just had to try it with his left foot.
I say instead of going for a cross right there, I feel like he should have went for a shot on his own. He was by himself, no one in the box. Might as well take an extra touch and have a shot on goal.
30 minutes and 56 seconds left as Elijah Smith lobs the ball in. Now the whistle will be a free kick for Bluefield. Official pointing the way of Ricketts. He's not excited about that call, but the first or another big chance for Bluefield. They've had the 2 set pieces on the corner kicks. And the man to do those was Joe Stacy. It appears he will take it again. Slight mist of rain trickling down.
Joe Stacy is very known for his free kicks.
Tries with a left foot, and he was going all after it there. Over the post, and it'll be a goal kick for Horton. Not a bad chance from Joe Stacy. He definitely put enough power on that, but just didn't keep it on line.
With the rain falling like it is, I would definitely try to put that on goal or even on the ground. You never know how it will skip with a wet surface.
Over midfield. Well, Bryan started out the match. His guns a-blazing, but Bluefield, since those opening 5 minutes, they've had most of the chances. Here's Joe Stacy matched up with the defense. He'll have a throw-in. Still 0-0 inside of 30 minutes now, 29 minutes and 22 seconds. Back to Stacy. Smith being hassled in the attacking third, and Bryan able to come away with the turnover. Have it right back to Duarte Ferreira. Another throw in for Bryan. 28 and a half minutes left to go. Well, as the whistle blows and the sun continues to set, we have to think the lights have to be popped on at least at some point close. As the sun continues to set, here is a free kick for Bryan. Evenly matched AAC game so far. Free kick. Ricketts. Johansson got in the way for Bluefield. In the box. Right footer. Gobbled up by Klein-Hans. Well, Sven Klein-Hans has been solid so far. Goal kick coming up for Klein-Hans. Stoffel lost control or awareness of the ball there. And it'll be a throw-in. Bryan maintaining possession. Only one win on the season in conference for the Lions. Coming off of a 6-0 win against Columbia International. They've won 2 matches in a row. Bryan with it back. (25 minutes, 45 seconds). Can Bryan manufacture a shot? Ferreira draped all over him. Good effort by Charlie Clark for the Lions, and now a free kick will come up for this team from Dayton, Tennessee. Really, Ferreira, he had like underhooks in there.
He did. It was a great way to fight through it, to be honest, for number 7 off of Bryan. It's a great way to get the ball through, and he got the foul in the play. This is like a corner kick right here.
Brad Spooner will take it for Bryan. Spooner. Off the head and off the mark. It'll be a goal kick. Well, both teams haven't been able to punch in a goal off of these set pieces. They've had their chances.
Their quality set pieces is right here. Defense is doing a great job to contest that for headers. It's hard to direct a header in the rain, also with someone else going up with you.
2 saves on the night for Sven Kleinhahn so far as the clock goes down to 24 minutes and 40 seconds. Rams have had 2 shots, but neither on goal to test Aaron Horton. So here comes Kleinhahn's.
That right there was an unnecessary foul for me. You're at the half line. No need to push in the back right there.
Well, Bryan trying to capitalize off of it. Moving fast out of the free kick. And it will be a corner. Under 24 minutes left to play now. They don't waste any time. Off the head. It's in. And they're going to call it. They're going to wave off the goal. Bryan not happy about this.
Well, the thing is offside in the play. Okay.
Well, it looks like they call offside on the corner.
Seems to be like some confusion with Bryan. Although it was a deflection, the guy was already in front of the line of defense before the ball was played. It's a clear offside.
Well, that was Dino Jones. Went off of his head, and that nearly got past Kleinhahn's. They're not wasting any more time. Backwards pass for Ricketts. Ricketts with the left foot. Kleinhahn's punches it free, but instead it's knocked in. Looks like that was off of the foot of Blackman, and it's 1-0 Bryan. Be interested to see who they credit that with.
Seems to me it went off the foot of Gabriel, unfortunate on his part, but it's a long game to come. They can definitely punch one back in.
Looking at the playback here. Yeah, it went right off of the foot of Blackman. Kleinhahn's had to spread out to try to nick the ball away, but Blackman was right in front of it. So it will be 1-0 Bryan. Rams still trying to find their first score since September 8th. Stacy sends it loose. (22 minutes and 30 seconds). Bryan taking the lead. Aiming for their second win of the conference season. Long lofted pass, and that's too much on the effort.
Seems to me Bluefield needs to build up the play of attack a little bit more. They're knocking 2 and 3 passes together, then they're looking for the long ball. If they can move up together as a unit with this wet surface, it's hard to judge the balls in the air that they're trying to send.
22 minutes and 5 seconds left. Out of bounds. It'll be a throw in for Bluefield. And to remember that stretch where the Rams had 2 corners in a row. They nearly got on top. Long boot. Kleinhahn's out of the box to play it. Has to be careful, and he does. Spooner looking for the through ball, and Blackman picked it away. Bagale. Another grounded pass. Rams haven't been able to break free. Bryan has had a few chances like that. Could this be it? Johansson doesn't win the race to the ball. It's kicked away by Bryan. Well, Bluefield will have a throw in very deep in the attacking third. That was Michael Turner on the back line. Rams now inching closer and closer. Seeing if they can boot one past Horton. On for the throw. Right footer. Stuffed. Quickly on the sideline, Rams with another chance. Off the head. Bryan just has dominated the game so far in ball control, and that's what they were just able to do there, the throw in, and just 4 bounces later, they have it right back in the attacking third.
Bryan is being a lot more successful by playing the ball on the ground and keeping his pace. They have very pacey guys, very quick guys on their top line. They keep it on the ground, finding those small 3 balls. They can try to find a way to get in.
Well, it looks like they're now trying to turn the lights on. Taking a moment to heat those up. 19 minutes and 15 seconds left to go. Still in the first half, Bluefield and Bryan. We're happy to have you here on the Rams Digital Sports Network. Bailey Engel and Bluefield College soccer great Cynthia Brown. Off the foot. Will it stay in? Yes. Just a touch. Vitro trying to keep it alive. Ferreira. Joe Stacy all up and down the pitch. Bagale. Off target.
Great ball
movement. Back to
movement.
it. Yeah, spoke too soon on that. Bagale just kept it back. Bluefield now moving the ball well. Stoffel in the box. Wide right. Looking for the head there. So close. Johansson trying to dive in to equalize. But instead it will be a goal kick for Horton. Great pass there for Stoffel, though.
Yeah, that's a beautiful ball. Axel barely got his head on it. It was a close call.
So now Horton, that's the biggest time Bluefield had threatened today, other than the corner kick where Bagale almost knocked it in. Ricketts, but on the brakes. Blackman trying to fight it back. But Bryan stands tall. 17.5 minutes left to go in the half. And Vitro sends it wide. Charlie Clark will throw it in for Bryan.
Seems like a long throw here.
Yeah, most of these Lions are in the box. He's going to try to chuck it there. No whistle. Clark over the post. So close. Kleinhans trying to elevate that ball out, but Charlie Clark missing the mark. 16:45 left to go in the first half. Kleinhans has had a busy day. The only goal coming off of an own goal for Bluefield. And if we go back to that play, Kleinhans was making a save. He just spread himself too wide, and Blackman was just in the wrong place at the wrong time, bounced right off of him into the net.
Very unfortunate on Gabriel's part. Also, I know Sven can go back. I know he wish he can hold on to that ball.
Another unfortunate move for him as he slips up in the mud. Rams really are playing against the elements here. So now a throw-in will go for Bryan. Under 16 minutes left to play. Montero. Bryan controlling the ball well. They have controlled possession. In the box for Clark. Trying to reverse around. He lost it. Back over to Ward. Down for Ricketts. Ferreira. Ricketts just knees the ball out, and Bluefield catches a break with 15 minutes and 20 seconds left to go in the first half. Whistle blows, and now a substitution. So Kleinhans will boot it away.
Carleek Owens seems to be coming in for Bluefield.
Carleek Owens checking in, who also plays on the men's volleyball team. And Johansson takes a breather. Welcomed by Justin Morton on the sideline. He had that big chance, so close to the huge assist from Kevin Stoffel, but just dove about 2 feet short. Meanwhile, Bryan. Oh, Clark, he had Ricketts breaking through, but did not pass it to him on a through ball. Just a touch for Clark. He didn't go after it, thought he was playing offside. Under 15 minutes now, 14:24 on the clock. Bryan, good speed, slipping up again. Ricketts fighting for it, but Blackman sends it out to Stacy. Towards midfield. Elijah Smith. Here's Bagale. On the ground for Stoffel. Rams now working in transition. Bryan standing tall in the defense. That was nearly disaster, but Blackman getting in the way. That was a beautiful ball headed for Charlie Clark, who was breaking straight towards Sven Kleinhans. Here's Horton off the bounce over his head. This will be a corner. Horton played up a bit too far, Cynthia, and the ball bounced right over him. You have to see if Bluefield can do anything here.
It's going to be hard as goalies to judge the balance on this really slick surface, especially from a ball being driven in from such a long pace.
We have seen multiple defenders slipping up on both sides. Here's Joe Stacy. Ready for a chance at this corner. Long effort. Bagale bouncing straight to Horton. So a save for the goalkeeper, but Bluefield still keeping the foot on the gas pedal in these set pieces. Rams have had more set pieces, and if you look at the chances, they've had a decent amount of corners, and then Joe Stacy with his free kick. Ball sailed about 5 feet high of the post. Whistle blows. Who will this be on? A yellow card will go on Ferreira.
Seems to me that he slipped and caught the runner on the play. Not a necessary foul, but it is a foul since he was attacking the goal.
So Ferreira on with a yellow card. And a free kick for Bryan, already up 1-0 off of the own goal. Clock is stopped at 12:09. Ref putting the young man from Portugal in the books. Now a chance at a free kick. Long effort. Broken away. Ferreira getting in the way. Bryan not giving up. Ball still loose. Vitro. Back to the Bluefield defense, and a throw-in will go for the Rams. Looked promising there for Brad Spooner of Bryan, but now Rams maybe their best defensive stance as a team in the game. 11 minutes and 37 seconds left. Rams bringing in some fresh legs. Not the best pass, and Bryan surges it over towards the box. Rolling loose for Sven Kleinhans, who picks it up. And the veteran keeper will send it over the midline. Throw in. Ade Basoa now in. Or Olatunji Ibafimi, rather. Member of the basketball team. Ten minutes and 25 seconds left to go. Lights have came on here at East River Soccer Complex. Bryan and Bluefield. Just now joining us, Duarte Ferreira logging a yellow card. That was done just about 2 minutes ago. 10 minutes flat left to go before halftime. Sven Kleinhans has been busy. Horton made a couple of good saves on the other end. 3 saves for Kleinhans, the only goal coming off of an own goal. Targeting Stoffel on the far end. Misses the mark. Whistle blows, and now another substitution for Bryan College. 9 minutes, 30 seconds. Starting to feel like fall here in Bluefield, but the Rams looking for their first goal since September 8th. Bryan with their eyes on their 3rd straight victory. Really, Cynthia, Bluefield hasn't had that many chances at goal, just 3 shots and 1 shot on goal. That was from Joe Stacy.
A lot of their chances also came from set pieces. They had to start creating things within the play of the game.
Goes over the head. They were looking for the forward and Aaron Attree that time, and Sven Kleinhans stays back. 8 minutes, 48 seconds. Over the line, throw in.
Seems like the condition of the field is definitely going to play a role on both sides of the game for offense and defense. Finn just slipped on one of his punts.
Now that is rather unfortunate because we have seen on some of these breakaways, and even on the Duarte Ferreira yellow card, that the mud had something to do with it. Chasing it down, Smith slipping up, right footer. Back to Magale. Looking for Ibafimi. That was almost disaster there. Harris Hussein for Bryan College nearly slipped past Elijah Smith. He had to put the brakes on, and all the mud doing that for him. 7 minutes, 53 seconds. Hussein again, serving it up. Targeting Attree. Here comes Carleek Owens. Out of bounds, a throw in for Bluefield. Rams have 7 minutes and 20 seconds of work to try to equalize in the first half. Joe Stacy, who has demonstrated potentially the highest motor on the pitch right now for Bluefield. He'll throw it in. Back to Stacy. Had a whiff touch. The ball just sat on the line. Stacy fights it back, and it will be a free kick. Looked like him and Smith were just thinking of different things at that point.
That happens sometimes. It definitely happens with chemistry. Elijah didn't unfortunately play last season, so they're still getting their chemistry together.
Well, Joe Stacy, a part of a team that won the NCCAA Regional last year against Oakland City. So is Kevin Stoffel, but this team missing a few of those big players from last year. In a moment of transition in the program, here's Ibafimi. Stoffel. And now throw in for Bryan. Whistle blows and a new line will come in. Checking in for Attree. Out of the game, it's Keith Lyons. Long charge for Bryan. Right footer. Off of Kleinhahn's hands, and it will be a corner. Marcelo Montero just saw the opening and tried from about 40 yards out. Nearly got past Sven Kleinhahn's, but a big save for the German.
That's a great hit by Montero, keeping the ball low and on the ground. To me, it seemed like it built at pace while it was rolling on the ground to Sven.
So now a corner kick. And Montero is limping after that try. So already Montero taken out. And the corner kick coming up with 5 minutes and 15 seconds. Only goal scored in this match, an own goal. Harris Hussein will take this corner. Clock has yet to start again. Now it's back up. Hussein. Joe Stacy getting in the way. Good defensive effort that time now with 5 minutes and 5 seconds left to go. Still fighting for it. Matos now with it for Bryan. On the ground, Blackman gets in the way. Smith boots it towards midfield, and the Rams get out of that quick threat from Bryan with 4 minutes and 28 seconds before half. Another throw in for Atos. Ferreira snatches it away. Bluefield with possession and room to run. For Stoffel. Nearing the box. Stoffel looking for room. Slips up, but Gale does as well. And another break for the Rams, thwarted by the field conditions. 3 minutes and 50 seconds.
Bluefield has most of their success when they keep the ball on the ground and keep it moving. The ball to Carleek Owens, then out to Kevin, was a great combination play. They got in. That was one of their best chances of scoring throughout the game of play.
So that was Owens instead of Bagale, but just getting in the box, and Rams haven't found that opening to try to tie this up. Here's Hussein. Good ball off the left foot, and Kleinhahn's gets in the way. Felipe Turiel almost punching the ball past the German goalkeeper, but instead the junior getting in the way.
Bryan's small through ball seems to be working for them. They have really quick guys up top, great pace, seems to be a little bit faster than our center backs, but we're playing defense very well. So Finn's going to have to play big this game.
He has so far. And with 2 minutes and 50 seconds, tasked with another set piece with Bryan threatening on a corner. Hussein taking his time. Towards the net, Smith with an easy knock away.
Great pressure by Olatunji.
Clock ticking down to 2 minutes and 10 seconds. Justin Morton heaving a ball in. Blackman. And it stays with Bryan. Lions trying to get back on the board with just 1 minute and 45 seconds left. Atos.
Another set piece for Bryan. Honestly, in a very great scoring opportunity.
Yeah, set piece with just 1 minute 20 left. Rams defense has held up relatively strong. They are getting outshot in this game. So far, 8 shots for Bryan and only 3 for Bluefield. 5 on goal for the Lions, and the Rams only have 1. Atos. A lot on the effort. Leaks loose, and it'll be a goal kick for Klein Hans. "45 seconds now. Klein Hans has made a decent amount of saves, being the leader of this defense. 35 seconds left. Can the Rams muster up a shot? Still trying to spread the ball loose. Out wide for Smith. Gets past Hussein. Stacy in the attacking third. Left foot try. Off the head of Ibafimi. So close. But instead it goes wide left.
That was a great combination play. They played throughout the back, switched the ball to Elijah. That got past his defender. Great ball to Joe. Unlucky couldn't finish it off.
Rams have had their chances, but that is it for the first half. Only score we have seen is an own goal off of the foot of Blackman. But into the half we go. Bryan up 1-0 here on the Rams Digital Sports Network. Just about ready to start the second half in Bluefield. Rams down 1-0 to the Bryan College Lions as Bluefield looks for just their second conference win of the season. Well, Cynthia, from what we saw in the first half, Bluefield did have their chances there, but they just missed the mark by about a few inches, especially on that last chance we saw from Olatunji Ibafemi.
I would take the same momentum as they had at the end of the first half and bring it to the second half. They moved the ball around well, knocked it around, played good defense.
And Sven Kleinhans also played well as he just gobbles up another there. Rams just looking for some good passes coming up from Kevin Stoffel and Joe Stacy. They have been the main pushers of momentum as that ball's clocked right back. Over the back line, and it will be a corner for Bryan. Bryan, they have won 2 matches in a row, trying to go for their third. Rams have also had a few set-piece opportunities, but failed to convert on those as well. They've had more corners than Bryan. Rams only with 3 shots on goal. Taking the corner, it will be Brad Spooner. Off the head and saved by Kleinhans. Blackman keeps it over. It'll be another corner. But Kleinhans throwing up the hands, just punching that ball up.
That was a beautiful save by Sven.
So another chance for Spooner, this time on the ground. Attree rejected. Still in the air, whistle blows, and Bluefield comes up strong. Good statement here in the first couple of minutes of the second half. 42 minutes and 50 seconds, says the clock, until the clock goes to 0 for the end of the match. Here's Abel Bogale. Relatively quiet in the beginning of the match. Just gives it right back to Kleinhans. Chased down by Charlie Clark. Now a throw in for Bryan. Oh, the mud definitely a factor. Rain coming in and out of the forecast here in Bluefield. Now with a right foot, Kleinhans picks it. Brad Spooner trying from distance. Now he hurls it out near side. Vasquez has it for Bluefield. Ships it looking for Stoffel. Can the Austrian chase it down? He's shoved off. Dino Jones on the defensive effort. It'll be a throw in for Bryan. Hartman throws it in. Vasquez. Dangerous there. Here's Clark. And that's Ricketts. Blackman fights it off, a whistle blows, and it'll be a free kick for Bluefield. Rams haven't manufactured a chance at the goal yet. Vasquez. Back in the air, Elijah Smith. Bagale. Well, Joe Stacy really pressured the first half of play, Cynthia, and you have to think, if Bluefield wants any chance of trying to equalize this match, they have to go back on his side.
I feel like definitely you have to go through Joe Stacy's side of the field. He's very good with the ball, definitely knows how to swing the ball in. He's really confident with both feet on the pitch, and he can knock one from distance.
Yeah, we've already saw him attempt at a free kick going over the crossbar. Very close to taking the lead at that point. Only goal that has scored in this match, it was in the first half where Bryan forced Gabriel Blackman, who went off of his foot and into the net. So an own goal for Bluefield. Rams starting to go and threaten here close to the attacking third. It'll be a throw-in right in front of the Bryan bench. Johansson slipping up. Over the line, and it will stay with Kleinhahn's goal kick.
Bluefield's defense has great cover with Dorte and center back and Gabriel. They really know how to read the play of the ball.
Ferreira on that controversial play in the first half where he slipped up on an attack, and while he's been dealing with mud on the field, he was given a yellow card. Meanwhile, here comes Bryan slipping and sliding around in the attacking third. Across, thwarted by Johansson. Popped up towards goal, loose ball. Blackman fighting off Charlie Clark, and he buys some time as he pushes it out of bounds. Here's Clark. Goes out. It'll be a goal kick for Bluefield. Well, it's kind of like what we saw in the first half, Cynthia. Bryan started out very, very fast. Gave the defense a run for the money. Right there in the middle, though, Bluefield started to fight back.
Hopefully Bluefield can start a little earlier than they did the first half and create more opportunities here.
Here's Kleinhahn. Boots it away. Trying to find someone. Ball movement has been the way of the Lions, and that's really why they've been able to take the lead and keep it rather than it being an even match. Vasquez pointing the way of Bluefield, and the Rams get it. 37 minutes and 30 seconds left before this one is over. Back for Bagale, lost the ball towards midfield. Clark trying to find space. Left foot chance, straight into the hands of Kleinhahn. That was Artur Dombrowski. So Dombrowski misses the chance. Lions on the ground, and referees not tricked, so the Rams will get it.
Bluefield has to keep their head and keep the ball playing on the ground. That's when they're most successful. Find Joe Stacy on the flank. We haven't found him in a while.
Yeah, Joe Stacy made those chances for Bluefield early on. Stoffel as well. Dangerous pass. Dombrowski chasing, and Kleinhahn sends it away. Stoffel. Bluefield with numbers. Stacy. Can he find the magic touch to equalize? Not that time, but Gale slipped up. Johansson. The Swede pops it up for Stoffel. And it will be a goal kick for Horton. So a goal kick for Horton with 35 minutes and 45 seconds. 1-0, that own goal just haunting Bluefield. Line drive towards the middle. Stacy, here he goes. Trying to find help. Gives it back. Vitro slipped up, kept with it. Spreading it out. Here's Bryan Vasquez. On the defense, that back line for Bryan has been strong, and the best thing they've been able to do, they try to move in transition. Here's Clark trying to get past Kleinhans, and instead the forward takes a tumble. Another solid effort for the goalkeeper.
Very risky play by Duarte to hold that ball off to play to spin that late in the game.
So the Rams exhale for a second. Here's Joe Stacy. Whistle blows, and Bluefield gets a free kick. Dombrowski. Settling into the attack. Spooner. Back for Dombrowski. Attree, right footer, broken up and caught off the ricochet by Kleinhans. That could have been dangerous because the ball changed trajectory, but Kleinhans stayed back. Will it stay with? And Joe Stacy doesn't get the flag, turning the way he wants. Clock is down to 33 minutes and 5 seconds. Here's Johansson. Long run. Vasquez lost it. That was a long take up the pitch from J.J. Oldham, but then Vasquez just lost the touch. So instead, it'll be a throw-in for Lewis Perkins. Here's Johansson for Bagale. Gets past the defender. Ball still loose. Stoffel. Had to try it. I think that's the best effort you have there. You have no numbers. Defense is coming in on you. You're losing your balance. You might as well shoot it.
I think that he should have knocked it back out personally, waited for his team, put up the play. The play seemed very undeveloped at that point. Bagala had to force the ball to him, knock it out to Joe Stacy, find it back, keep it moving.
31 minutes, 47 seconds. So far, pretty even on the efforts in the second half. And the play of the second half really was when Ferreira got mixed up with Kleinhans, and Sven Kleinhans had to punch that ball away. Charlie Clark nearly made it 2-0. Gale chasing, and it's cleared away. What do you throw in for Bluefield, though? Vasquez over to Oldham. Johansson trying to find space. Stoffel. He finds Stacy. Rams with 3 in the box. Stacy pressured on across, and it will be a goal kick. Almost thought he got that ball off of a defender, but now with 30 minutes and 35 seconds left to go, you'll see another goal kick.
Seems like Bluefield's playing more defensive with 6 in the back right now. They're playing with 2 defensives and 1 attacking. I feel like they can push 1 up just to get more into the attack.
Well, the attacks so far have been centered around Kevin Stoffel and Joe Stacy. Bryan dipping into their bench a little bit more than Bluefield. Here's Oldham. Vitro. Crosses for Ferreira. Senior from Portugal puts it on the ground for Stacy. Slipped up. Here's Clark. Goal. Charlie Clark gets past Sven Kleinhans. And you saw Sven Kleinhans slipped up for just a split moment. And it makes the junior, or rather, yes, the junior goalkeeper pay. Trying to get it back in the playback here. I believe that was Ferreira.
Yeah, he has some unfortunate calls with the poor conditions of the field. He didn't touch the ball the way like he would like to spin for him to knock it out one time. I feel like with these conditions on the field, you have to learn just to knock the ball out and play it big.
So he tried to give it back to the goalkeeper. Instead, lost it, and Clark gobbled up another goal. Well, there's Charlie Clark's first goal of the night. The first goal being scored in the match. It's actually a own goal. So now 2-0, and Bryan putting Bluefield in a pretty dastardly hole here. 29 minutes flat left to go. Here's Ricketts with a left foot. So close, but wide left. Rams have to come back, down 28-50. In danger of going 1-4, or rather losing another match in the conference. Looking for their first goal they have scored since September 8th. Bagale slipping up. Everybody has no control over their speed and their just whereabouts with the mud. Clark back with it. Spooner lost it. Back for Brian Vasquez, a touch down the line. It'll be another throw in for Bryan. Bailey Engel and Cynthia Brown, thanks for making us a part of your night here on the Rams Digital Sports Network. Those of you watching around the world on our YouTube page. Here's Kevin Stoffel. Ricketts from the far end. Good pressure by the Bluefield defense, but still another dangerous throw coming up for the Lions.
Bluefield seems to be getting a little aggravated with how they're playing. They're not knocking around the ball like they were at the end of the first half, and they're just kind of kicking it.
Well, the Rams did have a couple of good looks at goal, definitely in the first half. And you're right, Cynthia, it just seems like they're just letting this field get the best of them. But really, when you look at it, I mean, both teams are playing on the same field. It's not like it's only hurting one team. Pretty unlucky night for Ferreira. Into the box, headed away. Attree. Good charge from Oldham. What a defensive effort. Attree lost it, but it stays with Bryan. J.J. Oldham making him work for every inch of the pitch. Bryan throw. Long lofted pass. Off of Attree's head. Right footer. Bouncing around so close. That goal was wide open. Flag did not come up, and Bryan missed an opportunity. So Bluefield dips into the bench again with 25 minutes and 57 seconds left before this game ends. Looks to be Carleek Owens back on the pitch. And Stoffel gets his first breather. So the native of Portsmouth, Virginia, comes in for the Austrian.
Bryan seems to be really taking over this game right now, winning balls in the air, forcing Bluefield to hit balls long to their keeper.
Well, Bryan has stayed on the other end of the field for the entire match. Horton has not had that much to do. And so far in this one, Rams still with only 3 shots. Bryan with 12. Owens corrals it. Bad pass. Here's Blackman. Klein Hans. They just kicked it out. Throw in coming. It was David Salas. He was trying to fight it back. Whistle and a free kick. Magali getting tangled up. Only booking we have seen was in the first half. Duarte Ferreira with a yellow card. Here's Johansson. Bluefield developing. This is the best look they've had in the past 10 minutes. Backwards pass for Johansson. Magali with a nice touch, but Rams can't keep it up. That has been the story of the half. Just surges of favorable plays for Bluefield, but Bryan able to fight right back. Here's Johansson, rather. Axel Johansson towards the middle of the pitch, kicks it out. Ferreira gets in the way. Sliding effort. Rams maintain possession. Long ball for Owens. He has no help on the other end. Ball still loose. He is 1-on-4 right now in the attacking third, still trying to find someone to pass it to. Rams still not there. Now they're trying to spread it out. 22 minutes, 45 seconds. Another throw in for Bluefield. Down 2-0. 2 goals have came off of Bluefield. Really huge mistakes. An own goal and then that slip-up pass from Ferreira that was capitalized on a goal by Charlie Clark for Bryan.
Bluefield really plays their best when they're knocking the ball around. Those bursts of individual talent in the bag doesn't really work on these field conditions. They really need to knock the ball around and play as a team.
Attree. Cross. Sent out Ferreira. Able to expel that flame of a challenge. Vasquez. Pressuring the defense and everybody slipping up. That time for Bryan, it was David Salas. Here comes Spooner. Well, the black shirts have been able to sprint. Attree almost with a chance, but Kleinhans slides in and grabs the ball with 21 minutes and 20 seconds left. Elijah Smith lost the ball. Michael Torner now in. Smith has to kick it wide. Felipe Turiel. Whistle blows, and looks like Bluefield wants to send a couple new people into the match. Rather, just one for Bryan and one for Bluefield. And Stoffel, that appears to be him into the match. Now a corner for Bryan, already up 2-0. Nearly 20 minutes flat left to go.
The second half has been mainly Bryan. They've won every header. They're having all the set pieces. Bluefield really needs to knock it around to start creating something for themselves.
You're absolutely right. Already 10 shots on goal for Bryan. Rams with 1. That was going back to the first half. Bryan with a total of 15 shots as opposed to 3 for Bluefield College. Now a corner. Now the best one taken. Stoffel trying to track it down. It goes out of bounds, and Bluefield will have a throw-in with 19 minutes left in 25 seconds. Well, the frustration certainly is building up. Spooner. Long run. Furiel kicked away. Good offensive effort there for Bluefield, but another dangerous throw-in coming up for the Lions. Locked down to 18 minutes, 40 seconds. Spooner with a right foot over the goal. Kleinhans had to elevate for it. Not sure if he got a hand on that ball, but still just a bit over the post. What a solid shot for Brad Spooner.
Bluefield's defense doesn't seem to be stepping to contest their shots as fast as they were in the first half. They got a lot of blocked shots first half. I don't see it as much the second half. Well,
it didn't go off of Kleinhan's hand as he is able to kick this one away. Absolutely right. No shots for Bluefield in the second half. They haven't really even gotten close. Most of the match has been operated in the attacking third in front of Sven Kleinhans. Down to 17 and a half minutes. Another dangerous throw-in ensuing for Bryan. Off the foot. Towards Kleinhans and out of bounds. Goal kick for Bluefield. Running out of time here, 17 minutes. Rams looking for their first shot in the second half. Here's Bagale. Continuing to spread the ball out. Carly Goins. And instead they move backwards. Lost the ball. Bad touch off of Ferreira. That has not been his night. Fights it back though. On the ground for Hussein. Finds it before the back line. Across. Rams knock it away. Here's Abel Bagale. Blackman clears. Over the line, out of bounds, a throw in. Rams maintain possession. From what we saw in the first half, Kevin Stoffel and Joe Stacy manufactured something for Bluefield. Can they do it in the latter moments? Carly Goins in the box. Lost the ball. Bryan keeps it alive before it can be a corner. Bagale back with it for the Rams. Throw in Bluefield. 15 minutes, 18 seconds. Oldham. Vitro slipped up and he kicked it. Stoppel for the Rams. Splitting defenders. Back towards middle. Left footer. Over the post. So close to cutting the lead in half, but instead it'll be a goal kick. Just inches away there.
Just Stacy is predominantly left-footed. Knock it off 40 yards out. Even get 45 and she can get a hit on it.
So now for the Rams running out. 14 minutes, 33 seconds. Yeah, for Joe Stacy, he has had most of the shots for Bluefield. On the ground alive. Rams not passing the ball as well as Justin Morton would hope. Charlie Clark out of Spooner. Hussein. Backline coming up big for Bluefield. Can they move in transition? Owens lost the touch throw in for this team from Dayton, Tennessee. Clark towards the middle. Spooner sends a charge into one as Klein puts it out. Another chance in the air around the net. And it appears to go in. Will they count it? Kleinhahn still on the ground. Clock still rolling. They have yet to signal. Blackman consoling his goalkeeper. And time called. So the score stays at 2-0, 13-10 left to go in this match. So we take a break on the Rams Digital Sports Network. Kleinhans appears to be okay, so now we will stay. We're just trying to see if we can stay live here as Kleinhans who's ready to go. Dangerous play there. Bluefield very lucky that it's not 3-0. But as for the Rams, Kleinhans will try to send it over to one of the forwards.
It's a great play by Sven. He definitely stepped into the game, being a great goalie that he is. He's a top goalie in the AAC, in my opinion. It was a great play by the outside back, I do believe, that saved the goal from going in when Sven was down, making the initial save.
And Gabriel Blackman getting in the way. Still loose, and all those chunks of mud flying up. And we're told they're trying to play a high school match here tomorrow. There is absolutely no chance, especially with the rain coming in. Here's Carleek Owens. See if he can trudge through the grass for a goal. Kevin Stoffel. Pushed down. Did he sell it? Yes, free kick. "12 minutes and now 35 left."
Hopefully Bluefield can get on the end of this set piece.
They had multiple chances in the set pieces in the first half. Now, with a rare one in the second half, Abel Bagale steps back to take it for Bluefield. Clock ticking down, 12-10. Bends it towards the top, and no one's there. Throw in for Bluefield.
Not the most dangerous free kick Abel could have sent in. I see his thought process by wanting to get it low with the slippery grass, but could have been a little bit higher.
Now on the other end, here comes Bryan Hussein. J.J. Oldham, he has been a very impressive defender in the second half. Charlie Clark. Spreading it out. Bluefield keeps it alive, and the whistle blows. That was Blackman coming up, and I think his eyes got big and thought that he could take that one away, and Bluefield would have a chance to cut this in half. So far, the best chance Bluefield has had in the second half, Joe Stacy, from about 20 yards out from his left foot, just over the crossbar. Now a free kick for Bryan. Lucas Matos will take it. Headed away by Ferreira. Back to Ferreira. Has to be careful with the touches. Rams trying to spread the ball free, but Bryan, those forwards, they have pressured the back line for Bluefield all match. J.J. Oldham. Matos. Through ball. Still ranging for it. Has it back. In the box. Kicked away. Trying to find Felipe Turiel on the left end. Under 10 minutes to go. 9:55. Bluefield has to score 2 goals to even put this in a draw category. Trying to send it into overtime here. Bryan trying to win their 3rd match in a row. Rams kick it away. Stoffel. Stacy's sliding so close to the press box that it'll be a throw in for Bryan. .9:05 left to go.
Bluefield putting a little bit more pressure on Bryan in the attacking third.
Well, Bryan has seemed to let off. But not all the way, not the best pass. Bryan has it back. Trying to telegraph it to Pagale, but instead stolen. Here's Trickett. Left-footed cross. Couldn't find another Lion. Well, it seems to me that in every break that Bluefield has seemed to have in the second half, and there hasn't been many, that they have always been outnumbered.
Yeah, they are outnumbered a lot of the times. I feel like definitely on the midfield. And on the outside mid, it seems like it's always 2v1 versus JJ.
Time is running out, 7 minutes, 40 seconds. Rams haven't scored in nearly a month. And they changed that with 7 minutes and 15 seconds. Looking for some sort of momentum as they hit the road against Montreat this Saturday. Now back down to 6:40. Substitutions being made for Bryan. One final defensive push. They have been very tough to get by the entire match. Rams have not found any openings. Only one shot in the entire second half. They had 2 shots on goal, both from Joe Stacy. Jason Ward. Now for Solis. Cutting through the defense. Atri crosses. Is slapped away. Long left footer. Here come the Rams. They have slipped in nearly every transition into the game now. Chris Dandridge. Joe Stacy trying to find the ball. 5 minutes, 15 seconds.
Bluefield definitely going for more of a push now. They're definitely sending balls way up to Joe Stacy instead of knocking small balls to each other. I see why. 2-0. You got to get 2 goals in 5 minutes.
Here's Stoffel. Rams with pressure. And finally, seemingly, they have numbers. Right footer. Off the head of Dandridge and picked up. That was the best header for Bluefield all match. And with under 5 minutes left to go, Bryan remains in total command. Stays with Bryan. 4:15 on the clock. Another throw in. Clark. Oh, he almost got it from long range. Oh, Bryan is just trying to put the cherry on top now. 3:40 left to go. Can they find the exclamation point, Rams? Still struggling to find that first goal since the beginning of the month. Kleinhans. Dandridge slipping up, but, oh, Bryan, they have just found their balance. Oldham clears it away. That's going back to what you said from earlier in this match. Rather than giving it back to Kleinhans because of the bad conditions, he just kicked it away there. That's what you're supposed to do.
Definitely a smarter play. We see how it resulted if we don't just kick it out. You never know what you might can do. The ball might slip. You might slip. You got to play it smart when you play to center back. Great tackle by Joe.
Rams sprinting back, lost the ball again. Bagale slipped in the middle of the field. 2.5 minutes left to go. Another through ball. Clark lit up. Oldham spinning around. Passes up towards the middle. Stoffel. Dishes Bagale. Spreading out to Stacy. Rams don't have time for a lot of passing. They need to score now. 2 minutes and 8 seconds left. Out of bounds and a throw in for Bluefield. And no, they're going to call it on off of Stoffel. And it will be a throw in for Bryan.
Yeah.
So actually called a foul on Stoffel. Rams running out of time, 1 minute and 30 seconds. Big sliding tackle in the middle of the pitch. No whistles. Another sliding effort. Clock down to 1:10. Horton taking his time, and 1 minute is left to go in this match. It remains 2-0. Down to 48 seconds. Stoffel's nowhere close, and the ball will go out for a goal kick. Tough match all around for Bluefield. Really, the best chances they had right there at the end of the first half, but the second half, Bryan did a tremendous job of limiting that Bluefield attack.
Seemed like every time Bluefield tried to connect passes, Bryan always knew the right spots to be and where they were going. They read the play very well. They played this game great.
Just so many more shots for Bryan as well. 21 shots for the Lions, 13 on goal. The Rams only with 5 and 3 on goal. 2 of those coming from Joe Stacy and one right there at the end from Dandridge. Now down to 4 seconds. Ball rolls to Kleinhans, and that is it. Bryan comes in and runs a clean sheet against the Bluefield College Rams. Bluefield still failing to score their first goal since September 8th, and they fall with another AAC loss. So thanks to everybody tuning in here on the Rams Digital Sports Network. For Cynthia Brown and my camera person, Jetta Folk, my name is Bailey Engel, reminding you the final score from East River Soccer Complex. Rams drop a close and tough one, 2-0 to Bryan College.